As you can see on the satellite picture, the Aral Sea ultimately broke into three pieces, and now the biggest one of those, the southeastern chunk, has completely dried up. But all told, you're talking about at least 90, probably 95% of the surface area of the lake. It's just gone. The Aral Sea used to be the world's fourth largest piece of contiguous fresh water, and in addition to providing for the livelihood of a large local community, it served a greater climactic purpose. As long as the lake was there, as long as the humidity that came off of it was there, this region wasn't a hard desert. It was arid or semi-arid, certainly, but it wasn't a desert. The Soviet Union put in a series of waterworks in the Amur and Sir Dryas. The idea was to redirect the water from the two rivers into cotton plantations, melon plantations, and for food production. Over time, everything was shifted almost exclusively over to cotton because cotton was something that the Soviets lost access to after the Suez Crisis. 50 years later, the lack of water ultimately making it to the Arals led to the destruction of the Aral. Agriculture continued this entire period, however. So you had runoff of fertilizers, of pesticides, and of herbicides that went to a terminal sea. As the sea has dried, all of those pesticides, herbicides, and whatnot have formed this toxic salt on the floor of the Aral Sea. Now that all the water's gone, dust storms can kick up in this area that is now turning into a hard desert and spread them far and wide. But the real damning outcome of all of this is going to come in about 10-15 years. Because the sea's gone, because it's changing the local climate, because the local climate is getting hotter, the glaciers in the Tian Shan Mountains that ultimately fuel the two rivers that form the Aral, they're drying up. These two rivers form the entirety of the water supply for all of the populated part of Central Asia. You're talking about an area of at least 40 million people. The Fergana region, which has actually been in the news of late, is important because it's one of the few areas of Central Asia which is definitely fertile and well watered. It's going to lose its water source. Tashkent is going to lose its water source. The Karakum Canal and Ashgabat in Turkmenistan are going to lose their water source. All of the population of southern Central Asia, including the northern sliver of Afghanistan, is about to lose the rivers. The best hope is that all of these people will relocate, but their options for relocation are very slim. If you go south, you're in Afghanistan, and you're almost in as bad of a situation as you were. If you go east, you're in the deserts of China. Not an improvement. Your only real option is to follow the railroads and roads that lead north into Kazakhstan and then ultimately Russia. Russia can't handle 40 million refugees.